Well, it's been a while, but welcome to a new episode of the Hill vs. Mental Card. Today I'm going to be opening up this Ultimate and Alien Horror thing NECA figure. This is the first one. So, as you can see from the back, even though it's hard in this bright room, with the kind of chrome look to this packaging. I love NECA packaging, but I don't really like the chrome stuff that much. But yeah, it up, get all that comes with it, and as usual, next to your pictures. But yeah, and I don't even like this, not just like in a room like this, but like in, if you got a display, especially a lighted display, and you got these men on card, like I don't think you really see it as good. And my only gripe about these figures is, when are we going to get some from the original movie? The theme from outer space. James Arness. I want that figure. That is what I want. Yeah. So let's take a look at accessories before we get into the details. Me looking at the figure and giving my views on it a lot. So you get this hat, and it's got so you get this hat, and it's got the stringy bits on it, which is kind of a kind of a cloth look to it. Try and get it in focus, but I like it. I don't know how long this is gonna last. It's really good. It's flexible. You'll need like, you got any kind of accessory with a NECA figure, you need some flexibility to it, because you know how like stiff those figures are. But the top's hard, but the sides are flexible, so should be not a problem there. You got these two faces, which this one seems to be like a grimace face a little bit. Let's see if I can focus in on that one. Yeah. And then this one is more worried look, I guess. And then you got his pump handle here, which I haven't tried to put the gun in his hand yet. The Evil Dead figure I got, Ash vs. Evil Dead, that one fits pretty good. So I'll like to see how this one fits. I like these goggles. See how they fit and actually work out pretty good, because those look really neat. You might be able to use those with a lot of other stuff. His lantern, and this lantern's got some detail on it. I'll pull it back a little bit here, but you can see the switch on it and everything. So this is a nice little lantern accessory. These type glasses, which are the ones with the short sides on them, I tend not to like them. I've gotten them with a number of wrestling figures. They don't fit that good. I understand why they're made that way and stuff, but they tend not to be ones I use. You got 4 extra hands with this. I'm surprised there's no like straight up punching left and right there. And then you got his liquor bottle and glass. And just looking at the hands right away, I'm like, which hands are supposed to be for that? Because they don't actually look like there's one for that. So let's get into looking at the individual figure, things I like and don't like about it, and we'll try out some of these accessories and see how they go. So looking at the details of this figure, like, it's a pretty good head sculpt, Kurt Russell. Like, it came out pretty easy. Usually I have problems with NECAs. Let me see if I can get this into focus. Yeah, so I think you can see there, it's a pretty good head sculpt. It's not like the best in the world, but it's a pretty good head sculpt. And if you look at the 2 alternate heads, like, I think they're pretty good too. Like, a lot of people were talking about they didn't really like the head sculpts. I've always thought NECAs do a good job of getting close enough, but not trying. I don't know, sometimes with the head sculpts, if you get them too real, they almost look fake. And I know it sounds weird, but they look too much like a toy. And I think that's the line you gotta process, like getting something that doesn't, it's like special effects. If they remind you you're watching a movie, they tend to fail. But if it reminds you that it's a toy, I think it tends to fail. But if it fits more in as a toy, if that makes any sense, it works much better. But I like this head. And yes, I do hope they do Escape from New York and a lot of other Kurt Russell movies. Hey, Disney, how about doing Kurt Russell figures from his old movies? That would be a neat thing to do. But as you see, like, put the joint in there. Got some good movement. Let me put this head back on. With his collar, the way it is, it kind of makes it a little bit harder to move and stuff, but it works good. Like, he has no up really, but he has really good down, I think, for a NECA figure. Yes, me. Like, I don't have many, but that seems like a good. And like I said, the collar on him. But overall, the sculpture of the figure is really good, which NECAs do a really good job of that. And that's why they don't have as much articulation as a lot of figures. Like, the guy his pants, you got all the zippers in there, and they all got like silver in them. So that's really good. And boots. The only problem I've had articulation wise, like the hands are kind of, basic NECA movements. Though this wrist part of his jacket is actually a separate piece, and it can come off. Is the other one like it? Yeah. So those will come off if you need them to. Because I think this is actually supposed to be part of his glove right here. So those will come off. And not part of his jacket. I was wrong. I think that is part of like the really big gloves. I haven't seen that movie in a long time. I'm more of a fan of the original. The original movie is one of my all-time favorite movies. So I'd love to have figures of that. The only problem I had with the articulation, because NECAs can break sometimes. And that's good right there. That twist is good. And the jacket is kind of loose right here and like flexible, so it doesn't get in the way of it. So that's a good thing. The only problem is like this boot swivel that works on the right leg. My left leg is a little stiff, and I'm not doing this at home. So when I get home, I'm going to have to heat that one up to get it to turn, because I'm afraid to twist it too much right now. But overall, the figure itself, I'm satisfied with it. Like, I got a NECA figure. I want distance, but I got a NECA figure that I was wanting pretty good. When all these were coming out during the holiday, and everybody was looking for the ones at Target and the ones at Walmart, I found everybody but the one big one I was looking for, which was the Frankenstein. But I found this one, and I found King Kong one, I found Homelander, another character from the boys. Like, I found all those, but one I was really wanting. But I like this. I like Kurt Russell a lot, so I wanted to get this anyways to have it in the collection. And of course, it always comes with a super amount of NECA accessories. So let me try each one of those and see if I can get them to work. So as far as the hat goes, I think if you're just going to wrap it like this, it looks really good and fine. But I think if you try to put it actually on his head, it tends not to work as well because of his big hair. But you might be able to use this hat with a smaller figure and actually get it on the smaller figure. But it looks pretty good, cool like that. So as far as this head goes, like if you look at it, like, one, these heads are harder to get on than the other one, but there is a gap right here, and it's just supposed to be like a hoodie, I think, on his head. So you can, it's hard to see it focus right there, but there's a gap there with the head. So that works good. But and the other one is basically the same, so I won't go over that one, but that's the only issue I really find with these alternate heads. I mean, they look fine and everything. You got good detailing on them and everything, but that's the only problem I really see with that one. Yeah, I love the details on this figure overall. So as far as the gun is concerned, like, I tried this alternate hand, and it works fine with him. But because But because like these hands don't have an up and down, it really causes issues with you trying to get a good pose out of it. It's more like a relaxed pose with the gun, but that one works. But the other hands, like I said, those cuffs come off, and the under part of the gloves. I mean, it looks like the thing is, this hand, like, is that supposed to be a gun hand? Is that supposed to be holding the glass, or maybe that's supposed to be holding the lantern, or I don't know. And then you got this other hand that looked like you would hold like a sword or something like that. But how's he supposed to hold like his cup of liquor or whatever? So, like my other NECAs I've gotten, the hands have been really useful. I don't see how the hands are going to hold like this well, or this, which is kind of a big deal. You want those things to be able to hold. Yeah, it's easy to hold the lantern, but what about the other things it came with? So, a little disappointing in that. But overall, I like this figure a lot. You know, like I said, big Kurt Russell fan, going back to Disney stuff I used to watch on Saturday mornings. And yeah, I'm not going to get a second one of this though, because I'm not that much a huge fan of the movie, but I think overall it's really cool.